Do you remember that explosive interview that Katt Williams had with Shannon Sharpe?
All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
In the interview, Katt managed to drag half of Hollywood into his circus. But of everyone he called out, Ice Cube has finally responded to Katt's claims about the movie.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with.
Friday, Ice Cube has a few exceptions to some of Katt's claims, and in this video, I will show you just how Ice Cube has responded to Katt Williams' interview. Ice Cube responds to Katt. Ice Cube finally breaks his silence on the recent controversy surrounding the beloved movie Friday and the claims made by comedian Katt Williams in his interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe. The drama surrounding these legendary figures has taken the internet by storm, and fans have been eagerly waiting for Ice Cube's response. Well, the wait is over. Ice Cube took to social media to address the three main points that Williams made in the interview, while also giving him credit for telling the truth. In the midst of the ongoing controversy surrounding the hit movie Friday, Ice Cube addressed one of the key claims made by Katt Williams in his explosive interview on Club Shay Shay. Williams had boldly stated that comedian Ricky Smiley was up for the role of Money Mike in Friday After Next, but Ice Cube has set the record straight. Taking to social media, Ice Cube revealed that while Smiley did audition for the part, he never officially went past the audition process. Ice Cube explained that when they bring in new comedians, they have them try out for different roles to see where they fit best. After witnessing Smiley's audition, Ice Cube and the team decided that he would be better suited for the role of Santa Claus, which turned out to be a perfect casting choice. Ice Cube expressed his confidence in the decision, stating that when he saw Katt Williams audition, he immediately knew that Williams was the ideal fit for the character of Money Mike. This revelation puts an end to the rumors and clarifies the truth behind the casting process for Friday After Next. Another major claim made by Katt Williams in his interview on Club Shay Shay was regarding a supposed rape scene in the movie Friday After Next. Williams had stated that he had to push back against the writers for wanting Money Mike's character to be raped by Damon, played by Terry Crews. Ice Cube, however, vehemently denied this claim, setting the record straight once again. In a firm and resolute tone, Ice Cube stated that there was never any intention to shoot a rape scene in Friday After Next. He emphasized that such explicit and disturbing content does not align with his filmmaking style. Ice Cube pointed out that if one were to examine his movies, they would find that he prefers to leave certain things to the audience's imagination. Ice Cube explained that the presence of three villains in Friday After Next, Santa Claus, Damon, and Money Mike, was crucial to the plot. The conflicts between these characters were meant to drive the story forward, but a rape scene was never part of the discussion or the script. Ice Cube made it clear that he and his team were not willing to change the movie based on any actor's request. By addressing this claim, Ice Cube dispels any misconceptions and reaffirms his commitment to maintaining the integrity of his films. The truth behind the absence of a rape scene in Friday After Next is now revealed, putting an end to the speculation surrounding this controversial topic. One more thing that Ice Cube addressed was how in Katt's interview on Club Shay Shay, he had defended the payments given out by Ice Cube to actors in the movie Friday, stating that those who complained about their pay were simply ungrateful. Ice Cube, however, had a lot to say in response to these comments, shedding light on the reality of payments in the film industry and his relationship with the actors. Ice Cube began by explaining the intricacies of a full production, highlighting the fact that there are over 100 people working on a movie who need to be paid. From actors to editors to sound technicians, the list goes on. Ice Cube emphasized that most of his budget goes towards ensuring that his films are of the highest quality when they hit theaters. He made it clear that he is not in the business of producing low-budget films that compromise on quality. Ice Cube addressed the actors who may have been dissatisfied with their pay, urging them to reflect on their own careers and the opportunities that Friday provided them. He pointed out that many of them have seen their careers flourish since their involvement in the movie. Ice Cube believes that Friday played a significant role in their success and encouraged them to appreciate the opportunities they were given. As for his relationship with the actors, Ice Cube expressed his disappointment that they never reciprocated by casting him in their own movies. He playfully took a small jab at those who took issue with their pay in Friday and any of his other films. Ice Cube's response showcased his perspective on payments in the industry and his commitment to delivering high-quality productions. While people were generally satisfied with Ice Cube's response, surprisingly, Ricky Smiley also responded to the Katt interview, saying that he wished Katt nothing but the best. Ricky Smiley wishes Katt nothing but the best. During a segment on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, Smiley took the opportunity to address Williams' claims head-on. With his signature wit and charm, Smiley began by acknowledging the controversy and expressing his disappointment in the need to respond. "I never thought I would have to address this, but here we are," Smiley said, his voice tinged with a mix of frustration and determination. Smiley, known for his role as the criminally minded Santa Claus in the film, explained that the decision to cast Williams as Money Mike and himself as Santa Claus was not a result of any manipulation or deception on his part. "I had no reason to lie about that," Smiley emphasized.
I guess when Katt Williams did it, they added the whole pimp twist to that character, which was actually a better decision and made it funnier, because ain't no way in the hell I could have executed that role like that.
He went on to explain that the addition of the pimp twist was not originally in the script, but it was a creative choice made by the filmmakers to enhance the comedic value of the film. Smiley acknowledged that he wouldn't have been able to execute the role in the same way as Williams and expressed his gratitude for the decision that was made. "I have nothing but respect for Katt Williams as a comedian and an artist," Smiley continued, his tone sincere. Smiley's response was measured and focused, as he aimed to address the claims without escalating the situation. He emphasized that the casting process was a collaborative effort and that the decision to cast him as Santa Claus was not a reflection of his abilities as an actor. As Smiley concluded his response, he expressed his disappointment in the need to address the controversy, but maintained a positive outlook. In addition to addressing the claims about the casting process for Friday After Next, Ricky Smiley also took the opportunity to respond to Katt Williams' comments about him wearing a dress in his movies. Williams had suggested that Smiley would have to don feminine attire because that's where he is a believable actor. Smiley, known for his quick wit and unapologetic humor, was determined to set the record straight. He went on to explain that the choice to portray a woman in certain roles was not a reflection of his manhood being lessened, but rather a testament to his versatility as an actor. Smiley's voice carried a hint of disappointment as he expressed his frustration with the need to address such comments.
So we were all in our 30s, late 20s, doing what we had to do in order to be successful. Now that we are older, I'm comfortable in my job in radio. I'm comfortable in the roles that I get and the things that I get to do.
He emphasized that his decision to take on various roles, regardless of gender, was driven by his desire to provide for his family and pursue his passion. "At the end of the day, it's about putting food on the table for my loved ones," Smiley explained. As Smiley concluded his response, he expressed his disappointment in the need to address these misconceptions.
I respect Katt. Definitely disappointed that you have to get on the air and explain something like this, but that's the truth, and I don't know what else to say.
Katt Williams came for other comedians. In the Club Shay Shay interview, Katt did not only come for Ricky Smiley. He also attacked many other comedians that he has had grievances with. Williams made bold claims about Hart's career, questioning his authenticity and success in Hollywood. According to Williams, in his 15 years in Hollywood, no one can recall a sold-out Kevin Hart show or a standing ovation at any comedy club. He challenged the notion that Hart's rise to fame was organic, suggesting that he already had deals in place when he arrived in Los Angeles. Williams questioned how a comedian could come to LA, have his own sitcom on network television, and lead a film like Soul Plane within his first year. He argued that this level of success was unheard of before and after Hart's arrival. Williams went on to claim that many of the movies Hart starred in were originally offered to him. He alleged that he had specific conditions for the roles, such as removing certain elements that he deemed overtly homosexual. Williams stated that he wanted the comedy to stand on its own without relying on explicit references to his sexuality. However, he alleged that the producers disregarded his requests and gave the roles to Hart, who performed them as originally written. Williams felt that this made him appear as a bad person for standing by his standard. Furthermore, Williams criticized the notion that there are no gatekeepers in Hollywood. He pointed out that despite claims of equal opportunities, certain individuals, like Kevin Hart, have the power to open doors for other comedians. Williams questioned how Hart was able to let Tiffany Haddish into the industry, suggesting that gatekeepers do exist and that Hart had a hand in shaping the careers of other comedians. These accusations by Williams shed light on the competitive nature of the comedy industry and the challenges faced by comedians trying to make their mark. Williams' claims about Hart's success and the gatekeeping in Hollywood raise important questions about the fairness and opportunities available to aspiring comedians, particularly those from marginalized communities. It is important to note that these are Katt Williams' claims and allegations, and they may not necessarily reflect the complete truth. However, they provide a unique perspective on the industry and the dynamics between comedians. The controversy surrounding Hart's rise to fame and the alleged gatekeeping practices in Hollywood add another layer to the conversation about diversity and representation in the entertainment industry. As the interview continues, Williams delves into his personal grievances with other comedians, making this a truly explosive and eye-opening discussion. In his explosive interview, Katt Williams didn't hold back when it came to criticizing fellow comedian Cedric the Entertainer. Williams made bold claims about Cedric's career, questioning his talent and success in the industry. Williams started by mocking Cedric's appearance, referring to him as looking like a walrus. He went on to challenge Cedric's abilities as a performer, claiming that he couldn't sing, dance, or write jokes. According to Williams, Cedric's stage name, The Entertainer, was misleading because he failed to deliver on the three key aspects of entertainment that his name implied. Furthermore, Williams alleged that Cedric had never written anything of substance. He argued that when Cedric first started in the industry, he was expected to sing, dance, and tell jokes, hence the name The Entertainer. However, Williams claimed that Cedric fell short in all three areas. He also pointed out that Cedric had done 4 comedy specials, but they were so poorly received that they were not available on popular streaming platforms like Netflix or Tubi. Williams's criticisms of Cedric shed light on the competitive nature of the comedy industry and the challenges faced by comedians trying to establish themselves. While Williams's remarks may be seen as harsh, they highlight the importance of talent and originality in the comedy world. Cedric the Entertainer responded to Williams's comments on Instagram, dismissing them as revisionist history. He emphasized that his career cannot be reduced to one joke that Williams claims as his own. Cedric's response suggests that there may be differing perspectives and interpretations within the comedy community regarding Williams's accusations. It is important to note that these are Katt Williams's claims and allegations, and they may not necessarily reflect the complete truth. However, they provide a unique perspective on the industry and the dynamics between comedians. The controversy surrounding Cedric's talent and success adds another layer to the conversation about the standards and expectations placed on comedians. In his explosive interview, Katt Williams didn't shy away from discussing the controversial rapper Kanye West. Williams shared his thoughts on West's behavior and the public's reaction to it, raising thought-provoking questions about accountability and understanding. Williams began by questioning the public's treatment of West, suggesting that if someone is labeled as having special needs or a mental illness, they should be graded on a curve and not held to the same standards as others. He criticized the public for putting West in a position where he believed he was a god and could call himself Jesus. Williams also pointed out that it was the public who praised West and labeled him a genius, which contributed to his inflated ego. Furthermore, Williams delved into West's personal life, specifically his marriage to Kim Kardashian. He referred to Kardashian as a whore and claimed that West married her because he wanted to base his family on that image. Williams suggested that West courted and desired that lifestyle, which led to his relationship with Kardashian. He also questioned the public's reaction when Kardashian moved on to date comedian Pete Davidson, implying that if West wasn't good enough for Davidson, it reflected poorly on West's own worth. Williams's comments about West shed light on the complexities of fame and the public's perception of celebrities. He challenged the audience to consider their own expectations and judgments, questioning why they hold West accountable for his actions when they were the ones who put him in a position of power and influence. Katt and Kevin. Reviewing the comments that Katt had for Kevin, you could tell that they have had a feud. The feud between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart didn't happen overnight. It had its roots in a series of early clashes and heated exchanges that set the stage for the ongoing battle between these two comedic titans. Let's take a closer look at the events that sparked the feud and laid the foundation for the years of animosity to come. It all began in August 2014 when Katt Williams made some scathing remarks about Kevin Hart during an interview with TMZ Sports. When asked about the funniest athlete, Williams didn't hold back, stating, "I think that Shaq and Russell Simmons should get out of comedy and stay in their lane. They don't see us making a league of professional basketball players under 6 foot, so what qualifies these dudes?" Williams then took a direct shot at Hart, saying, "Get out of here, you bum, before I take the rest of your girls like you took Kevin Hart from me. I want my back." These comments not only targeted Hart, but also hinted at a personal grudge between the two comedians. The feud escalated further in March 2016, when Katt Williams issued a challenge to Kevin Hart. Ahead of a tour stop in Philadelphia, Williams publicly challenged Hart to a $5 million showdown. The challenge was never officially accepted, but it added fuel to the fire and intensified the rivalry between the two comedians. Williams' challenge showcased his confidence and belief in his own comedic abilities, setting the stage for a battle of egos that would continue to play out in the years to come. As the feud between Williams and Hart gained momentum, it became clear that their clashes were not just about comedy. In September 2021, Williams made headlines again when he claimed that a comedy style versus battle between him and Hart would be cheating. He boasted about his extensive body body of work, stating, "It's almost cheating for me. I have over 10 specials. I don't have to pick but 2 jokes from each special, and I've already deaded anyone whose last name isn't Pryor anyway. We don't want to add 52 movies. We certainly don't want to add 11 specials. We certainly don't want to add 49 television appearances. We don't want to add an Emmy." Williams's comments not only showcased his confidence, but also questioned Hart's credibility and success in the industry. Throughout their early clashes, both Williams and Hart used social media, interviews, and public appearances to take shots at each other. Their rivalry became a spectacle, with fans eagerly awaiting each new insult or jab. The feud between Williams and Hart was marked by a mix of personal attacks, professional challenges, and a battle for comedic supremacy. It was clear that this was not just a simple disagreement between two comedians, but a deeply rooted feud that had the potential to escalate further. Katt vs. Hollywood. In the explosive interview on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Katt Williams didn't hold back when it came to his criticisms of fellow comedian and podcast host Joe Rogan. Williams launched into a scathing critique of Rogan's career and alleged preferences, leaving no room for ambiguity. Williams began by suggesting that Rogan didn't want him on his show, implying that there may be a personal or professional rift between the two comedians. He claimed that Rogan had a lineup of 6 comedians who had never been funny and that Rogan wanted to push them out. Williams' comments raised questions about the dynamics within the comedy community and the potential conflicts that may arise between comedians. While Williams' remarks about Rogan may have been provocative, it is important to note that they were made in the context of a larger interview, where Williams fearlessly expressed his opinions on various topics. It is not uncommon for comedians to engage in playful banter and friendly rivalries, and it is possible that Williams' comments about Rogan were part of that dynamic. Williams began by expressing his fear of getting involved with a white woman, jokingly stating that he was scared she might have him running down the street like Jonathan Majors, while Williams clarified that he had no personal issues with white women and believed they were as great as any other women. He humorously acknowledged his own apprehensions. He playfully questioned the public's sudden fascination with Majors' physical appearance, highlighting the subjective nature of beauty standards and the unpredictability of public preferences. The comedian then shifted his focus to the global reception of Majors' looks. Williams humorously pondered when people started liking a big nose, a little head, and a big jaw, playfully comparing Majors' features to those of his own father. He jokingly questioned the sudden admiration for Majors' appearance, suggesting that if the actor was considered good-looking, then all individuals with similar features should be deemed attractive as well. Williams also took a lighthearted jab at Majors' relationship with actress Megan Good. He jokingly thanked Good for coming to save Majors from potential criticism, suggesting that her presence had a positive impact on how Majors was perceived. Williams humorously speculated on the consequences if Majors had been left to face the public alone, playfully insinuating that he might have faced a less favorable reception. While Williams's comments about Jonathan Majors were made in a lighthearted manner, they shed light on society's fascination with physical appearances and the unpredictable nature of public perceptions. It serves as a reminder that beauty standards are subjective and can vary greatly from person to person. Williams began by questioning Blackson's authenticity as an African comedian. He challenged Blackson's claim to be the African king of comedy, pointing out that there are comedians in Africa who are actually doing comedy in their home country. Williams suggested that if Blackson truly wanted to claim that title, he should go to Africa and establish a presence there rather than adopting a fake African accent for comedic effect. Furthermore, Williams criticized Blackson's reliance on the fake African accent, calling it a gimmick. He argued that Blackson took his advice and changed his entire persona, but then resented Williams for it. Williams questioned Blackson's credibility as a comedian, suggesting that he lacked the necessary depth and originality to truly be considered a great in the industry. The clash between Katt Williams and Michael Blackson highlights the competitive nature of the comedy world and the potential for conflicts to arise. While some may view Williams' criticisms as an attack on Blackson's career, others may see them as a necessary critique of alleged inauthenticity. Regardless of one's perspective, it is clear that Williams' bold claims have sparked a heated debate within the comedy community. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the cards on your screen.